Alright guys, I'm just going to check out a little bit of reviews on what happened in our last round and where we can improve. Now, this is from the first round of the second half. So this is a mid-fight which actually starts off by going well for us. We're all in here, everyone's alive. You can see our flank's doing well. Um, Combo's up on the right side, probably playing a little back, but it's all good. Um, we're losing some people, but we do have numbers, and this is where our mistake starts happening. We push in from the left and the right and start standing on the point, and so they can actually surround us from both sides there, with the spy coming in, and they wipe us pretty easily from that. So what happened there was, instead of one or two, probably just one person getting on the point while we keep fighting, um, everyone pushed into the middle section and we abandoned the left and the right flanks, and because of that we were swarmed and overwhelmed. So we need to keep an eye on our mid fights and all fights of our positioning, and that we're staying spread out and staying so that all angles are covered. It gets a little difficult once people start going down, but we do need to watch. Once people go down, we need to make sure that those spots are covered, and we just need to have an innate sense of where everyone else is and where we need to fill. So if you're the furthest guy right, you should know that your responsibility is going to be that right corridor there. Okay. Alright, so now we're holding on second after that same mid-fight, and we're just going to look at exactly what happens here. Now, first thing to notice is Yankee takes a little bit of spam, and she runs back to get the health pack. Spy's there to clean up the kill. Now, that's going to happen sometimes. Spies are motherfuckers like that, and it's their job to clean up people on the outside. The only adjustment I would possibly make is if we are hurt, we should... I mean, nobody could predict the spy's going to be there, but we should suspect at all times. And if we are hurt, we should try and pull into the rest of our teammates, because then we're less vulnerable to getting cleaned up by anybody. That's all with that. Now here you can see Snapshot is trying to fill in for Yankee, but he is standing on the inside of a choke, which leads to him taking a lot of spam, and he gets bonked and cleaned up. Whereas a small adjustment to his positioning, standing like right around here, would have given him a lot better cover from those rocket spam, and also the ability to get behind the corner when the scout comes in. So that's a little thing we need to watch for that. And here we are at what's happening at mid. S9's chasing and killed there, but you'll notice that Termy's not anywhere as close, Snapshot's not anywhere as close, and Rosie's not anywhere as close. So he ends up dying. These guys are trying to hold the sewer, which is great, except for we're starting to get completely overrun mid. And so now it leads Rosie to fight alone. Flower is trapped in the sewer. I mean, he's not going to make it out alive. And so basically what happened on this hold and why it didn't work is we just lost all these little fights, so that by the time we were ready, they actually wanted to push in. There was not really anyone alive and we couldn't contest. Just before I go forward, going back to that last hold, I think the adjustment that should be made is just playing a little tighter, and if we are getting beat in the small fights, then we do need to play closer, play more as a group, and stay on the safe side of chokes. Make them come to us, and when they do come to us, make sure that you're leading them into more people, so that the one-on-one fight becomes a two-on-one. Alright, so now we're holding on last, and we'll see how they come in. At the time we have some guys down, but they don't push in until then. Now, we don't have Uber because I died. But let's just see exactly what happens on our last fight here. See, they got their scout. They came in basically for free. Hold on, we're going to do that again. Okay, retry on this. So the beginning of the fight happens over on the left side. Now, nobody's watching this here. As a matter of fact, let's just try and find who should be on it. Combo is over on the right side. So the flank should be over on the left. That would be Yankee's dead, Flowers dead. Oh wow. So I guess that's Rosie. Rosie's near the gun trying to find the spy. So I guess that would be another instance of we're just losing the small fights before the actual push. Um, so they're able to get in for free between the scout. Here comes the spy with the play that wins the fight. Snapshot's down. I'm down. They're in. Now just look at where they're standing. Particularly, let's just go back. Okay, so here comes the push from them. Notice first they have the lobby. Heavy staying back to provide a nice zone of control while the demo's trying to do some damage without overextending. Pyro's real close. As soon as they run in because we are down a couple numbers. And you'll notice combo, the Uber goes straight to the point. Pyro, demo are right on the point. Heavy stays back. Now the reason that this works is because the Heavy's job is to not take damage and to do a lot of damage himself and to provide a big zone of control by standing in the corner right there and shooting onto the point with an Ubered Pyro or an Uber on the point. The Heavy's just shooting at the point, killing everyone who's on there. Ubered Pyro is blowing people back, so they're getting cap time. It's really quick and effective. Alright. Well, it wasn't all bad though, so let's look at a push into mid that went well for us. So first we'll focus on the push up mid. You can see we pop in. Snapshot he's probably about 2 seconds behind, but he's in a reasonable spot. Termi moves in, gets to a good position to start spamming out their choke. Things to notice that we didn't do there are stand up at the door and just clump up. We actually moved into position and got into the fight, got into good ground, and made it through that choke, which is the biggest thing. And okay, apologize for the rough video editing. I'm trying to make this quickly. Now, looking at the same push, why it works out so well. Let's just look right into IT. So basically, one of the things we're trying to make sure we do is have all 3 entrances covered so that we don't have to worry about people running up behind us when we're pushing in. Right now, Yankee's fighting. S9 gets caught out, but Yankee's still fighting. Here's Rosie. Here's Python. When they did call for help, they come in and they are able to help. At this time, our Uber is on the point, and while ideally they would be able to own IT already and be out, the fact that they are cleaning up in IT and fighting for it is very good. And I won't bother going back, but I will tell you that Python had a mini in sewer and that Flower came in through the sewer door. So we knew for a fact that those points were all clear, and that is why that push went well. Just to recap, the combo comes in, Snapshot is able to get through the choke, and he's able to, by virtue of existing, prevent anyone from running around and bombing in on me and Termi, whereas the 2 flanks to this point are being contested over and cleaned up by our team, and that's why that push went so well. Alright, now let's contrast that with a push that doesn't go so well. So here we are, we're ready to go. We pop in because they're close, and we're in, except for Snapshot backs up, Rosie's backed up, Termi is not able to, without any support, get anything done. And because of that, that push ended up really accomplishing nothing. Watch that really quickly one more time. You'll see what happens is Snapshot gets scared because of stickies. And Snapshot, I got you, man. If you're going to take fire, I will flash you and make that Uber last for all of us. Oh, this is the wrong choke. So here we are. They counter. Now, you'll notice when they counter, Heavy's still vulnerable. Their medic doesn't want to end the Uber close or else he's going to die. So just because they're Uber doesn't mean that we have to run away scared. I can flash people. What it means is that we do want to spread it out so that we all don't take damage from the same stickies. And we want to make sure that we're trying to get into good position. So we'll just watch what happens here first. So we're in, Snapshot's back, Rosie's back, everyone's scared of those stickies. Which he wouldn't have had time to put a lot of stickies down if we did get in. We could be up Now let's just talk about what ideally that push would have looked like. It would be Termi comes in, Ubered, throws down some spam. Rosie's rushing in, and she is just trying to disrupt the combo, maybe pushing the demo back or pushing the medic around so that he breaks the chain. Snapshot would come in, hop in right here and get shooting, and before the Uber's over, or as soon as possible, get up onto the high ground right here so that he can have a better fight. He can possibly duck into here so that he can take cover. And then ideally, by the time that Uber ends, we've got Snapshot standing here. Termi's going to be around this area or closer to Snapshot, depending on how things are going. With Rosie up in front, just protecting everyone, air blasting spam or doing fire. Alright, I'm just going to look at one more push that does not work out for us. In this push, while we do try and run in, we don't actually make it through the choke. We take no ground and get nothing done, basically. So here's the call to go in. They don't have, I believe, so that's why we go in. Pyro keeps us air blasted. Heavy is right there. Termi gets sniped by that damn sniper. Just watch it. Bam. And there's our push is over. We weren't in at all. Now, I'm not sure if we should be trying to avoid the pyro or if Rosie just needed to come in first and push the way through. Remember, if you're not being air blasted, you got to make it through that choke. Termi has to get through, and Snapshot has to be able to get through so that we can make it through. Snapshot has to be able to. Well, let's just take a second to talk about what a good push looks like really quick. A good push is going to have Rosie and Termi running together. Rosie is going to be able to rush them, push them back if they're a big threat, counter the other pyro's air blasts, and while she may get the initial Uber, ideally she's not going to take. If they start focusing Termi, which they probably will, then Termi's going to get most of the Uber. So Rosie and Termi should run in first. Clear the area. Termi should be trying to get to an advantageous location immediately whilst firing spam at the targets, priority targets being, demo pyro, the combo. I find Termi tunnel visions over the medic, and while the medic is a great kill, if you have to chase him, and then maybe you don't get them, whereas you could for sure get the pyro or the heavy. The pyro or the heavy is a better choice. Getting a secured kill is a lot better than chasing a medic. So we got Rosie and Termi in. Snapshot's coming in, like just behind them, just far enough behind them so that he doesn't take the same sticky fire, like 1 or 2 seconds behind. And his job is to come in, gun spinning, and clear right here. Do a circle and make sure that they have a point, and then to move in and start controlling area. So if Snapshot's standing right here, then he's doing a really good job of controlling this left area, and he can fire at the point there, which will protect Termi up here, with Rosie on the point being protected by those two. Flank is going to be coming in through any of these 3 doors and just making a big fight, a distraction, trying to put more damage out than they're taking, and getting kills. So that is, in my opinion, what a perfect push looks like. And also, S9's going to come in through one of those doors, and wherever he is, remember S9 is our team's biggest killer. He has the shortest time to kill. So if we can get S9 in, so say S9 comes in with the flank, and he's right here. The flank should be positioning themselves in such a way that they are aware of where he is. We all need to be aware of where the sniper is and try and be aware of the fact that if we're near the sniper, the enemies are likely to rush him. And so we should be positioning ourselves in a way that we can deal with that.